Boxing King Media. Delighted to be joined with Lawrence Okolie all the way from Poland. I'm not even going to try and say the name of the city you're in. Can you say it?
No.
Starts with R. That's all I know. How are you, Lawrence? It's been a year since you've been in the ring. How's that year been for you, dealing with the loss, all that kind of stuff? Have you kind of just got yourself back in the mind frame of getting back to business?
Yeah, that's it. It's gone in phases, it was a bit hard on the boxing side, fantastic in the personal side, and now we're here locked in for a fight.
Was it a deliberate time off, or was it just because the fights weren't getting made?
Oh yeah, it's the fights weren't getting made, excuses were getting made, and outside of that, money was getting made. So we just, cracked on.
I know you're talking about money. I've seen that, you've created a business, a property portfolio, or something you want to tell us, maybe inspire the next young kid working in Mackey's right now, how you've kind of invested your money and what you've been doing.
Okay, wow, great question. I just think that to talk on that, I think that one problem that I think has happened to a lot of athletes, we're seen as like it's fantastic. You get paid millions of pounds and so on and so forth. But then, I had a chat with a close friend of mine who's a successful business owner, and he said to me, he broke it down, how much do I make, how much do I spend a month? And then we broke it down and he said, I'm gonna let you know something now. If God forbid, you stopped boxing today, mate, you last 4 years. So what do you mean? He said, if you spend this amount every month, after 4 years, you don't make that money anymore. You ain't making money. So it kind of shook me up. And from there, I just felt like, the lack of financial literacy with a lot of athletes is rife. And, without having sort of the knowledge of what does ROI mean, what's savings, where do you put your money, what's tax, what's this, what's that, we end up getting paid and then blowing through all the money. And then you see it happen to so many, let's just talk boxers who make a whole bunch of money and everyone talks about how they're skint afterwards or whatever. So we don't want that. I didn't want that for myself. My team didn't want that for me. So we've made some really good sort of investments and good choices, and it's put us in good stead. But I do think though, eventually, once everything's more robust, I will kind of maybe I don't want to say maybe I don't know, I don't want to say too much now and then not follow through, but give some sort of courses or some sort of like transparent, like this is what I made, this is what I did, and this is what it's doing now. Just to kind of show and prove as opposed to just like talking.
Yeah, that's quite a fair comment because I do speak to a lot of boxers and like how they kind of manage their finances and what you said there. There's quite a lot that say the ones that don't get past European level, they make some decent paydays, but once they retire, they've got to carry on working because they've not invested the money. So you're lucky you met somebody in the right direction. So I'm guessing you're open to any boxers that may want to reach out to you.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, like, yeah, we can reach out for conversation, but in terms of the stuff that I'm doing, I'm not. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I spoke to Jaya Pattaya, funnily enough, same topic, and I think he was telling me that his first mission is to pay his mum's mortgage off, and I think he did that with this recent
Should be
fight.
able to by now. Come on, mate. I don't know what kind of house she's in.
He's got a lot of legals going on in the background with the
Uh,
ex-promoters, and he spent stupid amounts of money on that. So
but
yeah, as you know, the games, but talking of promoters and trainers, I'll jump onto that next. Obviously, you made some decisions in the past, and people are always criticizing you, and that's just the nature of this business. Any decisions that you feel like you regret, or do you think everything's happened for a reason? Like, obviously, you changed trainers, promoters, all sorts has happened for you in the last like 18 months. A
the
lot
only
to
thing
do.
I regret is not saving my lunch money from when I was a kid. That's pretty much it. Like, or spending too much on fucking fast food and dates and stuff like that. In terms of my boxing career, it's gone better than I could have ever expected, to be fair. I never expected to become world champion, never expected to have an opportunity to be two-weight world champion, never expected to make the money or be lucky enough to, have the team I have. Do you know what I mean? I have to keep giving shout outs to God and I have to keep giving shout outs out to the team. Um, like I said, the only thing that I could say regret-wise is taking a loss. Other than that, everything happens for a reason, and I push myself as well as much as I can, and when I win, and if I wasn't able to, then I'm not able to.
That's quite a good mindset to have, because like I said to you, with the whole leaving the McGuigan gym and then swapping promoters and then obviously having your first loss as well. It's a lot to deal with in a short space of time. So you as a person, do you feel it's made you stronger or do you just think like, oh,
Yes and no, but I look at stuff holistically. Like I don't look at it as oh, okay, like for example, leaving Shane, going elsewhere, I'm losing to Chris. It's like it's not a competition as such, but it's like I have more money than both of them. So it's like that side is where it is. And then if you look at in terms of boxing, I've had a great career to this point and I've still got more that I can go on and achieve. So I look at it as a in life, I feel very happy, feel very accomplished. I've got um a, a healthy baby boy. I just feel good. I feel good in life.
that was the next thing I was gonna ask you. I know you're a dad now as well. That kind of just come out of nowhere. I mean, Lawrence Okolie's a dad, so how's that changed you?
Has it changed me? Not much, if I'm honest. I feel like the main thing that is probably would have helped in terms of boxing is, you know, I hate because I'm talking quite a lot about money and stuff, which isn't the most important thing in essence, but it's like it's I want him to one day be able to Google me or YouTube me and be like, oh, and look at some good performances and stuff like that. So that's what this end of my career is like, for the next few years. It's just how explosive can I be, because now I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it for the love of it and doing it for how good am I and how good can I show up on the day? Because you ask anyone in the gym, I'm one of the best fighters. That I hardly get caught. I'm dishing out damage. So for me, it's about showing that because no one cares about sparring. It's about showing it on the day. I know I have won 19 out of 20 fights and won a lot of stuff, but there's so much more that I could show, and I just wanna unlock it and show it on the day.
Are you a hands-on dad?
And my hands on, I haven't been hands on for the last few months. I've been training for a fight. But outside of that, yeah, as hands on as you could be, obviously, we're fortunate enough to have like help. So there's only so many diapers that I can do. There's four hands, like, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, in terms of like, he's still a baby, so I don't think it's my time to really show and prove yet. Do you know what I mean? But I've already got stuff set up for him. He's a lucky boy. Do you know what I mean? I can't lie. I just think to myself, like, obviously, shout out to my dad and my mum, but the stuff that we've already got sort of planned for him. Um, yeah, I'm hands on.
Good stuff. And the K and O in Okolie, is that coming back? Because I was looking, it's been 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years since you've had a knockout. Your last three fights on the distance.
Yeah.
Are we going to see a highlight reel knockout? Is that what you want this season?
Yeah, I'm certain of it. I think for a while, like I just have to take stock of sparring, which is always a good sort of not the best indicator, but it's a good indicator. And I felt like, leading up to being a world champion and stuff, the spar I was always flying but I did feel like the last few years, like I was losing a bit, from the gym to the day. When I'm there, I'm sparring at 98, 99 kilos, and then having to, we stop sparring and then that week after it's all about making weight and then trying to put it back. So I feel like I lost a bit of strength and snap and like I couldn't keep the power going past maybe 6 rounds. I think after six, like it would just become just have to just make it through this. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, and it's like a lot of that is down to conditioning. Um, and I think strength as well, like with these guys, like for example, when I boxed Chris and David Light, more so David Light, because Chris is quite a reasonably strong guy. But when I boxed David Light and David Light was pushing me, I was like, what is going on here? How is this like? I didn't feel like so physically superior. Do you know what I mean? I kind of, and then it got to the later rounds, and I was like, oh my god. And I did land a couple good sort of shots, but I should be taken out. I mean, if you talk about 2019, 2020, 2021 versions of myself, I was really like getting KOs left, right, and center. So I do think that a lot of it was lost in making weight, and now I don't have to make weight the same way. Although I'll be fighting bigger men, I think that, for example, Rosansky is a bigger target. So yes, he'll pose danger throwing his shots at the same time, but I do think he'll be there for me to catch.
Definitely. So, are you conscious about it? Just showing you there about, people always going on about you holding and all that kind of stuff. Are you conscious of like not having that kind of feedback again? Like, you know, even when you're sparring, are you thinking in yourself like, I don't want to do this? Because sometimes it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think also it's what I've liked about this camp is I don't know if you've seen Joe's gym, Smalling, Babbage, Jack Massey, Scott Forrest, some other guys I don't know how to pronounce their names. They're Polish, and I've just had a bunch of people just doing a few rounds each, going 100%. And the times where I've held in fights, I've had those same experiences within reason in the gym, and that's kind of it's okay. Joe is it's not. Oh, he's absolutely no holding whatsoever allowed because for him, he cares about it for himself. And for me, I've realized that boxing's a lot better when I don't have to hold. So I don't want to show it in this fight. I don't want to hold in this fight. I want to box long and sort of knock the guy out comfortably. But if there is some encounters where I'm having to tuck up and stuff, I think it'll be cool for people to kind of watch what I'm talking about. Um, I got so like the fact is I got to this point because I got a lot of skill, I got a lot of determination and a lot of good attributes. So me just showing them, I think it's like, what I mean, people will see what I've been doing.
Wicked. Well, I look forward to seeing that you become a champion again on this weekend. I
Thank
want to quickly speak to you about Tyson Fury. You would have watched the fight. Did
you.
you predict it to go like that?
No, I thought that Fury would get it. But I couldn't ever say it convinced, like, to myself 100%. Um, I think if I got it, I know I didn't. I thought that Usyk would actually struggle to get to Fury a lot more than he did. But obviously he's got such consistent pressure. It's hard to keep someone like that off. Someone so determined, someone so good at countering, someone so fast, really. So great fight. I felt both had great moments. Obviously Usyk had the biggest moment in the fight, and I think he was a rightful winner. Split decision, split decision. Okay. And hopefully they get a rematch on.
How did you score it?
I didn't score it. I just watched it, like just enjoying it. You know what I mean? But I did feel like after the sort of nose and then the I think it was the ninth round or whatever, and it's like it's hard not to start looking at the rounds more favorably towards Usyk. It's just human nature. As soon as someone's had a good round, you're now watching what they're doing instead of the other guy. So I think that's kind of how we got it down the stretch. Yeah.
From what you saw, can Tyson make the adjustments to win a potential rematch?
Yeah, at that level, anything can happen on any day. Do you know what I mean? I think that was a split decision. It was close. It wasn't like Fury. It wasn't like Usyk figured something out round six and then went 6-12 doing something, and then they're gonna build on that. It was just back and forth, and at the end of the fight, no one really knew who won, and then Fury got Usyk got the win.
Last question. There's a lot of comparisons with AJ and Fury's fights with Usyk. Who do you think gave him a harder fight? And do you think the gap between AJ and Fury is like 50-50, or do you think one's a favorite?
I think only a person I can answer that question is Usyk. To be fair, I think that uh I think that it's hard to. I don't know. Like I feel like AJ like is a lot more dangerous than Fury in essence. Like as in like so it's a different kind of feeling when you're watching a fight. But Fury was catching with good uppercuts, good body shots. It's tough to say. Tough, really tough to say. But I do think that the fight between them two um would still be an exciting fight, and it really depends on when it happens. I think that Fury obviously it's like a lot of AJ's attributes are gonna come in handy. Quick combination punching, extremely powerful. So if he does get on top of Fury, it'll be a hard night for him. But at the same time, if he boxes a brilliant sort of fight, it'll be a hard fight for AJ. So it's a great fight.
Definitely. So, Lawrence, any last words to your fans and what you're gonna do this Saturday to Friday?
I'm just gonna go out there, aim to bring back, amateur, early professional Lawrence who's just going in there trying to get the job done, emphatically and with boxing in and out. And yeah, we'll go from there. And then it'll be great to sort of be world champion again. And this time, I'll be parading around with that belt, unlike the last time.
Well, Lawrence, I wish you all the best, mate. You've always been a good guy ever since I've known you since the Team GB days, and I'll be cheering you on, mate.
Thanks a lot, man.
All the
Keep it
best.
looking up. Cheers.
Okay, bro.